Yes, sir. Welcome to another edition of the Red Pill Chauvinist Show. I'm your braggadocious, your very humble host, the Red Pill Chauvinist. I was having a conversation with my man's MLC, aka Mr. Limber Channel. I mean, it was a group chat. Shout out to Nelly, shout out to King, shout out to Jesse, LDA, of course, you know what I mean? Trav, and everybody was in that conversation. But in that conversation, one of the things that was brought up, that MLC brought up, was how did he describe it? He said, you know, that little grin they have afterwards. I'm gonna get into that. So what I want you dudes to understand, what I want you guys to learn is, I did an episode on what your daddy should have taught you. And what I spoke about was conquering the golden vagina. What I mean by the golden vagina.
The golden vagina, that's that chick who, in the eyes of most dudes, is a 9, 10, you know what I mean? And because she's seen as a 9 or 10, you know, dudes put her on a pedestal. Dudes are afraid to grab her hair, choke her out, punch her in the face. You may not want to do the last thing, you know. Everything is with calibration.
Anyway, so conquering the golden vagina, what I said was, you know what I mean? You gotta get to a point where you could beat it up for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour. Make her come 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And you ain't busting that nan nut, man. When she do that, she might think her box is broken. Yeah. I told you I actually had a chick actually tap her shit, man. Like, yo, this shit work? Yeah, man. That gives you power, right? And I think that's basically the theme of this episode is power. Power. I've been told before, power is the ability to reward or punish someone. Okay. That's more like in the physical sense. In the metaphysical sense or the spiritual sense, power is in body, is in communication. You know what I mean? And you know communication is 90% nonverbal. So power. You know, something that was brought up in the panel before is like, even different sexual positions you need to be aware of, because even during certain sexual positions, you may put yourself in a position of subservient. You know what I mean? Subserviency. That's even a word. What I mean is you put yourself in a non-dominant position. For example, one of the positions that you know, that's been brought to me that made me realize that it is a non-dominant position. So when a chick is riding you, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? A chick is riding you, you know what I mean? In as far as like positions are concerned, strictly positions, she's in a more dominant position. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be, you know, using that position whatsoever. What I'm saying is, while in that position, you should, what's the word I'm looking for? You should be more assertive in your dominance while in that position to what's the word? To outbalance the position that you're in. For example, if she's on top of you, but you're still controlling her hips, you know what I mean? You're still grabbing her neck, you know what I mean, while she's still on top of you. That's still a dominating action. But it's all about power, man. Dudes gotta realize, like, where the power exchange is. What you have to understand is that sexual intercourse, sex, S-E-X, is by all means a spiritual exchange. Sex, S-E-X, spiritual exchange. And during this exchange, for most of the time, I believe that this exchange is not equal. It's not balanced, meaning at the end of this spiritual exchange, one will have more than the other. One will have received more in the interaction than the other. Okay, I'll give you an example. Fellas, think back to the time where you're smashing the chick out, beating it up. You know what I mean? 45 minutes and you bust that super nut. How you feeling after that? I mean, right after that, you probably laid up on shorty, laid up dead like a corpse, right? I mean, you can't get up, you can't do nothing. You probably want to go to sleep right afterwards. I think the opposite. I know everybody can't relate, but
fellas, what about them times that you beating up 30 minutes, 45 minutes, you make her bust 2-3 times, make her bust 2-3 times, and you ain't bust nothing, man? How you feeling after that? Alright, well, yo, I gotta go. I got something I gotta do. Gotta go. She went, and what's she? She dead in the bed, man. What's she? She dead in the bed, man.
It's an exchange of energy, man. That time where you bust, you was hitting it for 45 minutes and you bust that. That was you giving her your life force. That was you giving her your life force. That's why you felt dead. The opposite of what I described was when you beat up 45 minutes, you make her bust 2-3 times. That bitch is sleeping. I remember I left the bitch looking like a crime scene, laying on her stomach, man. Leg, knee crossed up and shit. That bitch was dead. But anyway, and I was just up, you know what I'm saying, ready to go back out and all that, exchange of energy. So, exchange of energy. So what I want to emphasize in this video is to conserve your energy, man. You know what I mean? If anything, you should be getting the most out of the interaction, not her. It was the smirk that had me. It was the smirk. The first time I seen the smirk was the first time I felt like, yo, this bitch took something from me. It was the first time I felt like, yo, this bitch won. First time I felt like, yo, what the fuck did I get out this shit, yo? Yeah, you might say, yeah, you bust a nut. Yeah, you bust a nut, but then what, man? Then what? How long did that nut last? You know what I'm saying? Well, she's leaving there with your whole life energy, but back to the smirk. What is the smirk?
Smirk. The smirk is when you finish beating it up, beating it. About to bust that nut, Like, yo, I'm about to come. And then when you're done, look at her. What's on her face? The smirk.
She got that little, like, yeah, nigga, I got you. Yeah, I did that to you. Yeah. I mean, she's so happy. Why she's so happy? Because she just took something for you, man. It's been a robbery. You know, they say sex is an even exchange, no robbery. Now I'm here to dispel that myth. It is a robbery. If you give her your nut, it's a robbery. So that's why I explained in that video on how to defeat the golden vagina. I told you gotta hold your nut, man. Because when you hold your nut, you have the power. So you gotta realize deep down inside, they know that's all they're good for, man. Breeding, having babies, and sexual pleasure. If they're not having your baby and they can't make you nut, you know what happens?
Oh shit, what, are you okay? Everything, did I do something wrong? Is everything okay? You know what, I'm gonna cook you dinner tomorrow.
Because next time they say they bring you a gift, next time they see you, they doing this, next time they see you, they doing that, they're acting accordingly. You know why? Because you defeated the vagina. So, not to hold this too long, man, the smirk. The smirk is what got me on some, I'm not giving bitches my nut, man. Now, that's not to say that every time I smash a bitch, I ain't nothing. Just know I'm real What's the word I'm looking for? I'm real picky with who I allow to have my life juice, my mind, body, and soul in the physical sense, man. Fellas, do yourselves a favor, man. Yeah. Pretty, man.
What's the word, bro? How you? Everything good? Yeah.
We're gonna chop it up. Yeah, no doubt, y'all. Yeah. So, yeah, man. What was I saying? Yeah, man, you gotta be selective with who you give your nut to, man. Everybody don't deserve that shit, your life, body, and soul. Cause trust me, when you hold your shit, cause bitches know who they are. When you hold your shit, you all of a sudden become a godkin to them, man. I'm just thinking about all the bitches who I held my nut for, man. Threw them in a fucking frenzy. You don't believe me? Try that shit. Remember, man, no smirks. That's the best way to get the power. I'ma holler at y'all, yo.